Staircase. Oh, yeah. Is that a mic check? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, they took it away from me. Is that a mic check I hear? Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's going to be a very interesting 36 hours.
CNN, you can CNN the kangaroo. It's so. Oh, mic check landed 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it would be 30. No, now it would be 29 and a half. 29 and a half. Topher, let's be accurate. Journalism. 29, 29.5, kind of up for debate.
This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
It's going to be a very interesting 36 hours.
The 2015 legislative session is in its final hours. We'll tell you what bills have been passed and whether lawmakers think they'll make Monday's 11:59 p.m. deadline to adjourn. Legislature 2015 is tonight's Channel 2's big story at 6:30. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Burton. Thanks for joining us tonight. The clock is ticking for the 2015 legislature, and lawmakers are moving double time to meet their deadline for tomorrow on bills and budgets from finance to education. A proposal to offer $5,000 bonuses to combat Nevada's teacher shortage is getting an even bigger boost. Tax plans and a budget still need final approval for the effort to become reality, though. Clark County School District alone is trying to hire about 2,600 new teachers for next school year. A budget committee approved Senate Bill 227, a bill creating a need-based grant program for Nevada college students. That bill would create the Silver State Opportunity Grant Program. The grant would be separate from the merit-based Millennium Scholarship Program, and students could use their grant to attend a community college or Nevada State College. The measure now heads to a vote of the full assembly. And Nevada lawmakers are considering Assembly Bill 489, which would raise state employee salaries through a cost of living salary adjustment for the first time in 6 years. Lawmakers last approved a cost of living adjustment for state employees in 2007. Legislators still have to approve taxes and fund the governor's $7.4 billion two-year budget in order for the adjustments to take effect. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Carson City are busy right now hearing and debating even more bills. And inside the legislative building today, the best word to describe it is hectic. Landon Miller was there today. He's in the newsroom now with more on today's crunch. Landon?
Yeah, good evening, Jen. There are still dozens of bills that need to be voted on, including perhaps the most important one. That would be the budget. The Assembly is discussing the budget this afternoon. Lawmakers feel confident, though, that they'll be able to reach a deal and no special session will be needed.
We plan to conclude on time. You never know. In the Assembly and the Senate, things can proceed in a way that maybe is a little different than you think at the time, but right now we feel good about concluding on time.
The public expects us to do our business and get out in 120 days, and so I am resolved to be done within that time frame.
Yeah, you know, for me, sometimes it seemed more like an auction house than the legislature, just based on how quickly they were reading the different bills. Today, the Senate discussed several bills ranging from what to do with old power plants to should funding be provided to the Department of Public Safety so officers could wear body cameras. The Assembly also is discussing several key bills, most importantly, the state's budget. Regardless, though, it was very clear that lawmakers and lobbyists alike are very tired, and they're looking forward to Tuesday morning. Tuesday, what are you going to be doing if there's no special session?
Cutting the lawn.
Just cut the lawn?
Well, laundry. I need a lot of laundry done, and just probably sleeping all day.
Yeah, and that deadline to get everything done will be 12 a.m. Tuesday. That's just about 29 hours from now. Covering the 2015 legislative session live in the newsroom, Landon Miller, Channel 2 News.
Lots to do. Thanks, Landon. With less than 29 hours left in the 2015 legislative session, be sure to stay with Channel 2 News on the air and online for continuing coverage.
Now, here's Chloe Beardsley's first look at the Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Well, we saw some gorgeous weather conditions all around the region this afternoon, but now we're starting to see some thunderstorms popping up in northern Nevada. Let's take a closer look. Most of the storm activity is actually just northeast of us. You can see just northeast of Winnemucca and north of Elko this evening. You can see some thunder strikes right there. But as far as the weather closer to home, you can see pretty mild weather conditions weather-wise. You can see mostly clear, just a few scattered high cloud skies, although it is fairly windy in the biggest little city. Here's a look at our time warp taken over the afternoon, where we've seen some variable cloud cover throughout the day with mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Skies will continue clearing up this evening, but it is still pretty windy. Here's a look at those current winds right out of the west at 20 miles per hour in Reno, 13-mile-an-hour winds right around South Lake Tahoe, gusts still reaching up to 30 miles an hour. Things will start calming down as we get closer to midnight. Temperatures outside right now still fairly warm in the 80s in Reno, 70s right around South Lake Tahoe. Here's where we peaked this afternoon. 90 degrees was our high, just barely made it into the upper 70s. No 80s for Lake Tahoe today, but still very warm weather. You can see all around the region, 80s and 90s. It's going to be a very different picture by tomorrow. We do have a cold front that will continue passing through. That will bring us cooler weather and certainly breezy weather. You can see right here, wind advisories have been issued for the area that remain in effect tonight and again tomorrow. We'll see mostly clear conditions, like I mentioned later on this evening. Temperatures in the upper 60s right around 10 p.m. for the Reno and Sparks area. We're going to wake up to a lot of sunshine for tomorrow, and it'll be we'll be off to a pretty mild start in the morning, but it's still going to be very windy by the afternoon. We'll have all the details coming up in the full weather segment. Jen?
Thanks, Chloe. In Cone Zone now, you may want to take an alternate route if your daily commute takes you through the downtown area. Starting tomorrow, a section of Virginia Street will be closed as part of the project to replace the old Virginia Street Bridge. The road will be closed from Mill to First Streets, and by midweek, construction crews should start demolishing the bridge. Demolition work will continue the following week as well. Today, Moms on the Run held one of their benchmark events, Ride for the Tatas. 800 motorcycle riders wearing pink clothing, wigs, and even boas took off from Reno today. They rode together to Carson, Minden, and Virginia City before returning to Reno for the fundraising dinner. They're hoping to raise around $100,000 to give back to local women in the Reno community who are suffering from breast cancer.
we're up in the 90s of dollars that we raise. What that means is that if I raise $1, 90 cents or more goes to a patient. And I think in today's times, there are people that give a lot of money and they want to know that it goes somewhere.
Once you know someone that's had cancer in their family, it's kind of automatic. You just do it to be a good person.
Every May, Moms on the Run holds events like this one in an effort to help women who need financial assistance while going through cancer treatments. To find out how you can help, if you'd like, we've got a link to their website. It's under the blue news links button at our website, KTVN.com. Today, the community gathered in Sparks for Cuts for a Cause to help raise money for the nonprofit Aiden's Gift. The third annual event was held at Shears today, and their goal was to raise $2,500 to buy new equipment for local special needs children, things like wheelchairs and bath chairs. The president and founder of the organization told us they couldn't do this without the public's help.
Community support local here in Sparks is absolutely critical to help Aiden's Gift Foundation. Kids in the area here, there's so many kids with special needs that aren't covered by insurance that we could help out.
100% of the funds raised from haircuts today went to Aiden's Gift. Several other local businesses also donated a portion of their proceeds today. And a new store focused on active lifestyles is now officially open at the Summit Mall. Lululemon Athletica held their grand opening today, complete with yoga in the mall parking lot, along with some dancing and even aerial performers. They told us they hope to bring the community together by helping people stay active.
Our goal is to hopefully see our neighbors make it way down south and bring more yoga to the community and just really hear what they have to say and just be a contributor of how we can make Reno a healthier, fun place to live.
The store also has a blue color scheme on the outside. Officials told us that's to reflect what our area is all about.
This is what spoke to our community. You've got the mountains up there that reflect the Sierras that we're in. It's that Tahoe blue color. And, you know, we just want to live loud and be proud.
Lululemon was originally started in Vancouver, British Columbia. Still to come on Channel 2 News at 6:30, we'll meet a Lowry High School graduate who dreamed of making the cheer squad at Nevada. Jack Sutton will tell us how she did after weather.
Windy weather is going to continue, and we're expecting quite a cool down for the week ahead. I'll have all the details after the break.
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6:30 with Jennifer Burton, sports with Dallas Kolodny, and Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast. Thanks for watching Channel 2 News. Channel 2 News continues with Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Welcome back. Well, we saw some beautiful weather again this afternoon. You can see really not a lot happening here on our radar this evening. That's some pretty good news, right? We're seeing some light shower activity just east of Florissant, but other than that, mostly clear conditions all around the region storm-wise. Now, clouds, that's a bit of a different story. Here's a look at our time warp. Earlier today, you can see mostly cloudy conditions throughout the afternoon, and right now we're seeing partly cloudy skies in the Reno area this evening. Still pretty windy outside right now. Temperatures are in the mid 80s, but it seems a lot cooler because winds are gusting up to 30 miles an hour tonight. Earlier this afternoon, though, it was still very hot outside. Take a look at this. 90 degrees was our high temperature today. Weren't really close to our record, but you can see well above our average temperature. Things are going to start cooling off over the next few days, and I'll show you why. We have a cold front passing through the region. That's going to bring us much cooler weather over the next few days. You can see it right there on your screen. After that, low pressure will impact the area as it continues to move inland, bringing a chance of showers mostly to portions of California and Oregon. We'll show you in the futurecast. You can see skies clearing up in Reno and those showers starting to move inland. We'll see some of that storm activity mostly in the northern portion of the state. Now, I don't expect any of this precipitation to make it into our general area, unfortunately, but if you are traveling north, expect to see some sprinkles throughout the afternoon. And you can see conditions really clearing up later on Tuesday. So we're going to see lots of sunshine over the next few days, although cooler weather after that front passes through. I'm talking 60s and 70s for your highs in the mountains, mostly 80s in the valleys in the southern portion of the state. Las Vegas will still reach the triple digits, and it looks like northern Nevada will be a mixture of 70s and 80s around the region. But because we are expecting windy weather, you can potentially see some blowing dust around Lovelock and Fallon in the afternoon. So if you're going to be on those roadways, even out to Dayton, expect to see some of that blowing dust and be careful on the roads. Also, lake wind advisory is in effect for the Lake Tahoe area. You can see temperatures will be a lot cooler in the afternoon compared to the temperatures we saw today, right around the average mark for our highs tomorrow in the valley. We'll take a close look at some of those neighborhood temperatures. You can see just kind of depending on where you live, overnight lows will be in the 40s and 50s, so pretty similar weather conditions from what we saw last night. High temperatures by tomorrow, you'll certainly feel a difference. We'll be in the 70s, not the 90s in the afternoon, but still going to be very sunny throughout the day. Upper 60s is what we're projecting for the Lake Tahoe area, with another wind advisory going into effect later on in the afternoon. You can see also right here, lots of sunshine is on tap for us, but we are expecting the winds to pick up by the afternoon for the Reno and Sparks area. 78 degrees for your projected high tomorrow. Gusty winds reaching up to 35 miles an hour are expected, especially if you're going to be traveling through Washoe Valley. Be careful. The breezy weather will continue through Monday. After that, drier but warmer conditions are expected Tuesday and Wednesday, with a chance of showers by the end of the work week into the next weekend. But for the most part, temperatures won't change too much. We're just going to see windy weather and then 70s all week.
70s all week. Sounds good.
It's right around average, so it's normal.
Yeah, normal. Normal is probably good.
Yes.
Thanks, Chloe. Coming up next, making the cheer squad at Nevada takes a lot of hard work. Jack Sutton takes us to tryouts next.
Thanks for watching Channel 2.
Welcome back. Stay true is the motto of the University of Nevada that they have for their rural high school graduates. Jack Sutton has the story of how one 2015 graduate takes that to heart in tonight's Nevada Backroads.
The time has come to jump into the future, to place no limits on what you expect to accomplish. That's what Chelsea Baker's thinking about these days.
These are pretty exciting times. I'm graduating from Lowry High School this year. Really excited. After graduation, I'm headed off to the University of Nevada to study wildlife ecology and conservation, and I'm going to try out for the cheer team.
Okay, here we go. We're going to count up.
I've been cheering at Lowry High School for all 4 years, and I think I stand a good chance.
Cheerleaders who are coming to try out at Nevada, you have to be good at what you're coming to try out for. So you are coming to try out for a Division I cheer program. So when you come to Nevada, you should have all of your skills.
Looking at what tomorrow might bring, sharing a smile, and knowing that today's memories will last a lifetime. These things are important to a new graduate.
There were so many girls. It was insane just looking around. There were so many people, and that's kind of when I started getting more and more nervous. As soon as I walked up and saw my number on the list, I just froze and my heart started racing, and I actually started crying, and it was just one of the most amazing moments in my life.
This way of life is shared by only a chosen few. It's a talent to be able to shine on cue. Working together, I'll bet this Nevada team can accomplish anything.
We are Nevada!
I am Nevada!
Reporting in Winnemucca, Jack Sutton, Channel 2 News.
Coming up in sports, the Reno Aces looked for a matinee win over New Orleans today. Dallas will have those highlights next.
Thanks for watching Channel 2 News. Now, here's Dallas Kolodny with Channel 2 Sports.
The Reno Aces were looking to bounce back from yesterday's 14-3 whooping the New Orleans Zephyrs put on them. So let's head out to Aces Ballpark where the Wild Aces doing jumping jacks for the fans. Justin Marks on the hill today for Reno, and he had a solid outing. 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, allowed only 2 runs on 6 hits. In the second, check out the play here by Peter O'Brien in left field. He's in the process of converting to being a full-time outfielder. He was a catcher. Full extension there. Great play for the out. Aces scoreless until the 4th. Bases loaded for Marks, and he helps his own cause by drawing the bases loaded walk. The Aces will go on to win this one 4-3, and they will now look to win the series tomorrow evening when they square off again with the Zephyrs. First pitch set for just after 7 p.m. Now let's head to the bigs for the Braves and Giants, tied at 3 in the 7th. Joe Panic connects on this one, the right. It's out of here. 2-run shot. The Giants take a 5-3 lead, but in the top of the 9th, the Braves make a comeback. Freddie Freeman, butt and bye to that one. Solo shot to center, and the Braves are within a run. Later in the inning, bases loaded for Jace Peterson, and he gets one past Hunter Pence. That will clear the bases. A 3 RBI triple. The Giants can't answer in the bottom of the 9th, and the Braves win 7-5. Golden State Warriors guard Klay Thompson watching the Oakland A's as they look for a series win of the Yankees. Jesse Chavez did work for Oakland today. 8 innings pitched. He struck out 6 and did not allow a run on 7 hits. No score in this one until the 6th. Stephen Vogt turns on one and sends it over the head of Carlos Beltran. That's a 2-run shot, and the A's make Director Chad quite happy. They shut out the Yankees 3-0. Diamondbacks and Brewers played a marathon of a game today. Paul Goldschmidt's bat still on fire, rips one to opposite field, and that is a solo home run after hitting 2 yesterday, 1-0 D-backs. In the 8th, though, Arizona down a run, and Mark Trumbo, he hits a lot of home runs too, ties it up, sends this one over the right field wall, and this game would go to 17 innings, and it would be Milwaukee's Martin Maldonado with the walk-off home run. The Brewers mercifully in this one, 7-6. Sprint Cup Series at the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. Carl Edwards in the pits on lap 164, and he tries to leave with a passenger. One of his crew members trying to get the wedge wrench out of the rear window, falls down. That's why they're wearing helmets on pit road. When he does finally pull it out, a piece of the car will come with it. Edwards, who won last weekend, not a factor, finishing in 19. 15 to go, Jimmy Johnson out front. Behind him, Clint Boyer turns Denny Hamlin, who comes back across the track. Just clips Las Vegas' Kurt Busch. Both wind up in the wall to bring out a caution, ruining their hopes of victory. In the end, though, Johnson would hold on for his 4th win of the season, 10th of his career at Dover. Kevin Harvick was 2nd. Kyle Larson finished in 3rd. Final round of the Byron Nelson after karting a 62 yesterday. Dustin Johnson continued to play well. Great chip for birdie on the par 4 3rd. But a few holes later on 6, found himself in a lot of trouble in the weeds, trying to chip out of it. Doesn't know where it goes. Look down, Dustin. Yep, still right in front of you. He would quadruple bogey the hole. Stephen Bowditch, though, on the other hand, had a solid day, solid tournament, leading from start to finish to win his 2nd career PGA tournament. Coincidentally, he also got married at this very same golf course. Finally, tennis, anyone? Roger Federer, trying to make another Grand Slam quarterfinal in his illustrious career, faced France's Gael Monfils. The two of them would split their first 2 sets, and then the match would be postponed because it got dark.
Just a moment ago, that's
so they'll pick it up tomorrow, Jen.
Yeah, well, it does that at a certain time.
Yeah, if you don't
It
have
went too long.
lights, I mean, you can't see the ball if it is
Right.
bright yellow. So, yeah,
Wow.
they'll finish their match tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dallas. Coming up next, we'll have a final look at your weather with Chloe Beardsley. You're watching Channel 2 News. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for watching Channel
And Chloe's got a final check of our weather.
Hold on to your hats.
Yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow. Winds will calm down later on this evening. Here's a look at your wake up forecast. We're going to wake up to sunny skies, temperatures in the 60s. It's going to be breezy by noon and right there on your screen, windy by the afternoon. Conditions later on tomorrow. Okay, there my clicker's kind of working. 78 degrees for your high
Technical
temperature.
difficulties.
Yeah,
we call
technical.
that.
I'm like sitting there clicking and I'm like, why? All right, 78 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. Winds will increase throughout the afternoon with gusts potentially reaching up to 35 miles an hour. So if you're going to be in the wind-prone areas like Washoe Valley, be careful. Maybe high-profile vehicles want to avoid driving or just be careful out there. Breezy weather will continue as the cold front passes through. After that, pretty mild weather conditions. Temperatures will for the most part be right around average throughout most of the work week with a chance of showers by the end of the week into the next weekend.
It's nice to be a little cooler, not 90s at least.
Yes, right around normal.
Okay, thanks, Chloe. Thanks for joining us. Your next newscast is tonight at 11. I hope to see you then. Good night.